Hi, and welcome to another episode of Talking with Taryn. Today, we are talking about finding your own version of healthy and what exactly that is and why it's important. Thank you for joining us, Taryn. Hi. Eat healthier. That is always someone's goal. It's always a New Year's resolution, or this is what I'm going to do better for myself, is I'm going to eat healthier. And that is a good thing. Why does it bother you? It bothers me because eat healthier is such a vague statement. It's what is healthier? What's healthier than you're eating now? What is healthy? What is healthy to you? That's what we need to figure out. Instead of saying eat healthier, say I want to find my version of healthy. Your version of healthy is what you're comfortable with and what you're not going to beat yourself up over putting in your mouth. Like, healthier is just, what does that mean? Typically, to people, that means cardboard and literal grass clippings. Like, that is not what eating healthier is. There's so much that you can make and so much food options available out there that can be healthier than what you are eating now. When I hear someone say eat healthier, I envision them steering themselves towards salad all the time. And salad gets a bad rap because salad can be unhealthy depending on the dressings and what you're putting on it. But salad can also be your main dish depending on what you put on it. So it bothers me because eat healthier is such a vague statement. What does that even mean? What does healthy mean? You have to figure out what healthy means to you before you can even start eating healthier, because otherwise you are just going to try and fit some fad diet or someone else's version of healthy as your own, and after a while it gets very hard to stick to because you didn't make it for yourself. You're just following what someone else is doing and hoping that they continue to come out with things so that you can keep following it. If we make our own version of healthy, it's just going to be so much easier to follow, and then you can say, this is my version of healthy. Yeah, so what? It includes a Twinkie. I'm okay with that. There are already so many cookbooks, healthy, clean eating diets out there. Why is it so important for you to find your own? It's so important for you to find your own because once you create it for yourself, it'll be easier for you to follow. You will be able to say what is good and what is bad, what you want, what you don't want, what you want to eat or drink less of and what you want more of. You don't have to follow something else to a T, because when we do that and we maybe fall off or eat something that is off of that diet, we totally crash and burn. It's like we're digging a hole for ourselves and we just keep digging because we already messed it up. So why stop now? When you create your own, you allow that balance in your life. You are not restricted to something that is telling you how to eat. You, in turn, are telling yourself how to eat, what you can, what you don't want to. Don't say can't, because can't makes you want to eat it more. I don't understand why. That's how it works for me. But when I can't have something, that's all I want to eat. So what you want more of, what you want less of, what maybe you're just gonna swap with healthier options for. Creating your own is so much more fun than following something else. Now, that also means that you get to pick and choose from these diets that have already been made. You get to find recipes that you want to take on to your version of healthy, and you can even change them up. Maybe there's something in it that you don't like, so maybe you don't want to eat salmon, so use chicken instead. You don't have to stick to exactly what that is, and you can create your own. You can make it for yourself so that it's so much easier for you to follow, and it's so much less pressure. How does one go about finding their version of healthy? Finding your version of healthy is going to be a journey. I mean, say you drink soda and you want to drink less soda. So find healthier options to swap with that. You can have a soda here and there, no big deal. And then all the other times, swap with a healthier substitute. I've compromised with my kids. I don't let them drink soda except for special occasions, like if we go out to dinner or the movie theaters. And I buy these Izzy drinks. They are carbonated juice, basically. It is filled with a lot better ingredients than you will find in a soda, and they love it just the same. So they are allowed to have that in my house. You know, I try to make candies that, you know, Reese's peanut butter cups. We don't eat those. I try to make them with just chocolate and peanut butter. There are things that you can do. Even companies, healthy food companies, make these candies. You can find healthy swaps. So that's one thing when you are working on your version of healthy. Another thing is to understand that one meal isn't going to be the end of you. One sweet isn't going to be the end of you. But if you continue to pile on that one meal and that sweet, it is going to be the end of you. So moderation and balance are absolutely key. That is the one thing that needs to be learned and set in stone. Your moderation and your balance of your healthy, your unhealthy, and your in the middle foods. One of my trainers on the programs that I do, he's always saying 80-20, 80% healthy, 20% your choice. Live like that. Finding a balance can be easy and difficult at the same time. But the more you get into it and the more you're paying attention to what you're eating, and it's not because you want to be skinny or because you want to fit a certain size of jean. It's just to be healthier. If you notice the ingredients in a lot of our food, it's a lot of chemicals. And yeah, sure, maybe the amount that's in it is consumable for humans, but over time, how much of it are we actually consuming? And that's key. How much of the not great foods for us are we consuming over time? That compiles if we are not balancing and using moderation correctly. It's so important to find your own version so that you do not beat yourself up over anything that you eat. And also so that you don't allow the judgment of others of what you eat creep in and become your own. You have your own story of following a celebrity's diet. Do you want to share it? I kind of feel like this is a broken record, but I will share it. I have been obsessed with this one celebrity for a very long time. I just think she's the epitome of what I would love to be my version of healthy and fitness and entrepreneurship. And she had written a cookbook, she had written a book about her life and just a bunch of stuff. And there were recipes in there. And one of the recipes was for overnight oats. Now, mind you, I do not like oatmeal. It is a texture thing and also a taste thing. Oatmeal is bleh to me and I don't like it at all. So why on earth I thought I would like overnight oats is kind of beyond me. But because this was working for her and it was what she did and she was my epitome of healthy, I was gonna follow that because it was working and I wanted it to work for me too. It was like, okay, if I do what she's doing, then it's gonna work for me also. So I get these overnight oats together. I mix it with whatever the oats were, whatever liquid that you had to put in there. I put carob chips in there and raisins and I think chia seeds. Now those are just gross because after they're wet, they get like poofy and like kind of like a jelly consistency on the outside, and it's just weird to me. But I did that, and so the next day, I'm going to eat it. It looks like throw up, and I'm going to eat it, and I take a bite, and it was absolutely disgusting. I already knew I wasn't gonna like it, so the fact that I even bothered talking myself into it and eating it is just absurd. But point of the story is, just like that, I was trying to follow her. I wanted to do exactly what she was doing because it worked for her. So it had to work for me too, right? If I didn't follow it to a T, then the results weren't going to come the same that they had come for her. But that is not true. I don't like that crap. I don't want to eat it. I want to eat food that I like, food that makes me happy to eat it. I want to enjoy my food. That is what happens when we follow an influencer, a celebrity, somebody else's diet, even a friend or a family. Pick and choose from those different things. You don't have to follow anything to a T. You need to follow you to a T. So we can take recipes that we like, that we think we'll like, and try it. But when we try to stick to something that we have not curated and put together for ourselves, it's going to make it so much more difficult to follow. Just because it works for them doesn't mean it's going to work for us. So basically what you're saying is it's going to be harder to follow a version of healthy that someone else has made for themselves than one that you create for yourself. Exactly. We need to find our own versions of healthy. And we can't keep putting this vague, eat healthier statement out there. We need to, for ourselves, say, I want to start eating more of this, or I want to start eating less of this. I want to start eating more vegetables, or I want to start eating more lean meat, or I want to start eating more eggs, or I want to eat less processed sugars. I want to eat less cake. I want to eat less donuts in the morning. I want to eat fast food less. I want to cook at home more. I want to read ingredient labels and know exactly what foods I'm eating and putting into my body. Those ingredient labels, they're crazy. You can hardly read them. But when you know you're putting those chemicals into your body, it's kind of like, okay, I know it's bad for me, but I'm going to go ahead and eat this anyway. And I'm going to balance it out later with the healthier options that I have for myself. Okay. Oh, I kind of feel like we blew through that one. Not really much conversation in there. I totally appreciate your time today. Is there anything else you want to end with? Of course, I always have something to say. Healthy is relative. And trust me, I understand that healthy eating is, the best of it is not processed, all natural, organic, the most expensive shit on the shelf, not always affordable to everyone. But it's relative to you. It is relative to your life. It's relative to your budget. It's relative to what you are comfortable eating and what you want to eat. You have to be able to say, this is the food I'm eating and I'm okay with it. I don't care what anyone else thinks. I don't care about being judged at all. Funny story, it's probably not that funny, but it cracks me up every single time. Anytime I go to a fast food restaurant by myself, I totally feel ashamed. I don't know why. I've been like this for years. And every single time I drive through after getting my food, I just, I chuckle to myself and I call myself a mean name. But it's just kind of funny. If I go through the drive-through with somebody else, I'm okay with it. But by myself, I just don't like it. So I don't know. I don't know why I told you that story. It makes me giggle. It's kind of like, I know that that's not the food that I should be eating, but I'm going to kind of indulge and eat it anyway. So that's kind of like how you have to take it. Not too seriously. Seriously, but not too seriously. I mean, we have a whole life here that we get to figure out our version of healthy and curate and update and change. So nothing has to be set in stone today. Whatever you're doing moving forward today doesn't have to be it. That's period, the end. It doesn't have to be that. You can change it as you're going. You can be eating something for 10 years and then say, you know what? I don't think I want to eat that anymore. Or be eating a certain way for so long and then say, you know what, maybe I want to be vegetarian a couple of days a week. Or maybe on Wednesdays, I'm going to be gluten-free. Or maybe one weekend a month, I'm going to do a cleanse. It is up to you, and that is the beauty of it. And once you find that version of healthy and you are so comfortable with it, you will just be relieved, and you won't have to feel guilty for eating any of the food that you do. Thank you, Taryn, so much for that today. Even though I kind of feel like we talked fast and it was quick, but as always, if you enjoyed the episode, please like and subscribe for more. We'll see you next time.